Okay, this is the pitch and roll camera mount. I have it set up with a signal, PWM some signal on a standard Pro Mini. Dun, dun, dun. These are the two wires going to the camera. They're set up on pin A0 and A1, I believe. And with a couple little changes in the software, which I've posted on the MultiWii forum, to include RC data for channels 7 and 8, pitch and roll. I'm now able to trim the camera from the transmitter. The pitch is done on this channel. See the camera rotate and change center. From the transmitter, unfortunately I don't have another potentiometer available. I'm flying in helicopter mode, so I have a throttle curve on this radio. And the fact that I never really need to change roll trim anyway on the camera, but I went ahead and set it up. It's on this switch here on channel 7. You can see it changes the trim position of the roll of the camera. And the camera is still stabilized with or without, regardless of the trim position, the camera is still stabilized. Now the camera can only move so far, so when you trim from center, that reduces the amount of available tilt in the direction you're trimming towards. So you actually get in a situation, but you can see the camera has quite a bit of range. Obviously you can change your linkage ratios. There's coefficients that you have to set in the sketch prior to upload that relate the amount of servo travel to the amount of actual camera movement. I believe the defaults are 10, and I believe I'm running 12 on pitch and 18 on roll now. One of them is negative to reverse the channel. But anyway, it's pretty cool the way it works. You can pretty much point the camera straight down. Still have a stabilized camera. If you get going too fast, obviously the camera can't go down. I've set up the mount with multiple positions that you can actually set the mechanical linkage on. I don't know if you can see them there or not, but every 15 degrees around the doubler on the edge of the camera case, there's a pilot hole, and you can change the center of the servo travel and mechanically, where your 0 point's going to be. I set it about 30 degrees down, figuring that's where you fly normally, which still gives you enough motion to trim it fully down and fully forward, and still have some gain left for stabilization from that point. I can't remember what my ATVs are set at. I'm sure they're set at 30 on the roll trim, and the pitch I think I've got turned down to like 70%. So that leaves an additional 30% of travel range for stabilization. So anyway, it's pretty cool. This is the kind of a hybrid TriCopter. This is prototype number 2, which is actually uses my original TriCopter as a donor. I was fighting with the super simple speed controls I had on the first prototype, and I'm now absolutely convinced that the resolution is fairly poor on the super simples and just don't lend themselves well to our application. I will no longer be using them, but this thing's flying absolutely great. It was super windy out today. I shot a little bit of video I'm going to try and upload. I'm actually shooting from a camera with a Sun X lens on it. I don't know if you'll notice there's very little distortion. It's a very nice lens, a lot tighter field of view. The camera that's actually on the TriCopter right now is a standard lens GoPro. Unfortunately, only one of these is mine. One of them is a customer's. But we've got full isolation on the fuselage of the TriCopter. There's 3 suspension points. The mass of the battery, as well as the camera and all the electronics, are isolated from the the main frame of the helicopter. I just got some rubber bands holding the thing open right now, but I've gone to carbon fiber. Everybody likes carbon, so what the heck. It's not a lot more expensive. The parts are relatively small, so I'll be making carbon frames. Probably have G10 available as well. This does not have the motor mounts or the actual yaw mechanism on it. I just used what was on my existing TriCopter. I just hacked this together today because I finally came to the conclusion that the super simple speed controls were causing my issues. Got the receiver mounted up underneath, battery alarm, the Plush 18 speed controls, which I've got these, I've got the super simples, and I have a set of Hobby King Blue Series, and I would say that the plushes are far superior. Don't have the greatest hearing in the world, but I have no audible whine from them, and I'm convinced the resolution is better. I would say the Blue Series are second best in the super simples. I've got the non-programmable ones, and they're virtually unusable in my opinion for anything other than just a radical, aerobatic type machine. So anyway, this is what I got going. It's kind of fun stuff. Should have frames next week now. I'm comfortable now that I finally went back to the good speed controls. Got everything working well. It's flying great. It's working good. So anyway, coming up some video from today. Thanks, guys.